Singing that hymn for us was the congregation in Cockermouth, a local community that pulled together after the 2009 Cumbrian floods devastated their area. Some disasters touch hearts on an international scale, like the sinking of the luxury liner the Titanic just over 100 years ago.
We have a rather nice link with the Titanic here in this church, because we've discovered that one of the people who painted the walls in fact went on to work on the bar of the Titanic, which of course his work only lasted a few days, sadly. There is a story that as the Titanic was sinking, the band played on, and this has been immortalised in films and so on, and that they played Nearer My God to Thee. There's a debate about which tune they used, whether it was the tune that we tend to use in England or the tune they tend to use in North America. The problem is the story probably isn't true. Exactly the same story exists in relation to the sinking of the SS Valencia in 1906. So we have to be a bit dubious about this story. Great hymn as it is, and lovely is the idea that as the ship was sinking, that people were thinking, Nearer my God to Thee. What we do know is that Easter had just happened when the Titanic sailed, and there was an Easter service. 100 people gathered, and they sang Eternal Father Strong to Save, which is perhaps ironic, and a hymn called On the Resurrection Morning, which is not one we know nowadays. But there was worship on the Titanic before it sank. But whether they really sang Nearer My God to Thee as the ship was sinking, I think we have to have an open mind about that.
As a nation, we don't only sing hymns in times of trouble. We delve into our hymn books when we've got something to celebrate too. And we had so much to celebrate last year. Our Queen's Diamond Jubilee, Britain hosting the Olympics, and of course this year is the coronation anniversary.
Some hymns have become really popular and famous and much used and much loved because they've been used at great occasions in the life of our nation or of our royal family. The hymn I Vow to Thee My Country was used both at the wedding of Princess Diana and the Prince of Wales and of course at her funeral. Two very different kinds of occasions, of course. That hymn united those occasions and united the nation. The Lord's My Shepherd was used by the Queen and Prince Philip at their wedding and again at the service commemorating their 60th wedding anniversary. People often do that. They have their favourite hymns that they use on the occasions that punctuate their lives. Some of these famous hymns take us out of church, sometimes even onto the football terraces. The great hymn Abide With Me, we all know, is associated with the FA Cup final, and some people only sing that hymn in Wembley Stadium or perhaps at home on television. Some of the great royal events, the great celebrations, people do join in at home. They sing the hymns too. And this can help us join in the celebration. We can feel part of it by singing along. But it seems to me that hymnody involves three things. You need words, of course you do. You need music, of course you do. But you need people. A hymn is not a hymn unless it's sung. It's all very well on the page, it's all very well having a lovely tune, and you can play the tune without the words, you can read the words without the tune. But what you need to have a proper trinity of hymnody is the words and the music together with the people. And in that way the Spirit worships in us and through us as an outworking of God, the Trinity.
And the regal setting for our next hymn of joyful celebration is Christopher Wren's magnificent chapel at the old Royal Naval College in Greenwich. Our Queen's reign has been graced by the very special partnership she shared with her consort, Prince Philip. In 2012, during the Queen's Diamond Jubilee year, the royal couple also celebrated their 65th wedding anniversary. And for many people, a Christian marriage is another of life's major milestones.
On our wedding day, we had Praise My Soul, the King of Heaven, and we thought everybody would know it and join in and unify together. And Love Divine, I think for obvious reasons, our love and God's love for us.
My favourite hymn that we had at the wedding was the King of Love, My Shepherd Is. And I think the melody of that one is so beautiful, the lilting melody, and the words are so special.
Traditional hymns to me remind me of the contents of a treasured locket, something like this one that's my wedding locket. As we have in the locket, there's something of a loved one. In the hymns, we have the story of the love of God, and it comes to life.
My favourite hymn, specially written for a Christian marriage, was featured in a Songs of Praise programme from All Saints Church in Evesham to mark the day dedicated to the life of the patron saint of love and marriage, St. Valentine.